What's up guys, welcome to Superwise. I'm John and I watched Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. This movie was just weird. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it, I had fun with it, but as a film, the final product was odd. The structure of the film was weird, the pacing was choppy, the runtime to me felt longer than it actually was, so that's not a good sign. The writing was okay with a lot of issues. This film suffers from overly forced MCU quips. Some of the comedy in the movie was quite funny, like Baskin-Robbins Scott amongst all the other Ant-Men, but other times it was the typical unfunny, unnecessary quips that the MCU is known infamously for. The action was alright, the CGI could be good at times and laughably bad at other times. The directing from Peyton Reed was competent. I enjoyed the movie yet still recognize that almost all the aspects are mediocre at best. Now this movie leans full sci-fi into this one and I really appreciated that about it. Peyton Reed loves the Fantastic Four and you can definitely tell that he channeled that passion into this. Love the trippy psychedelic vibes. Exploring the quantum realm was great. Seeing the inner workings and visiting all these locations was very cool. Kang definitely carries this movie. Jonathan Majors is as awesome as people were hyping him up to be. He is an intimidating force and his design was so badass, just so cool. The other characters ranged from good to meh. Paul Rudd is fun and charming as ever. Evangeline Lilly was okay. She really didn't have much to do and her relationship with Scott wasn't really explored any further. She kinda was just there. Same goes for Michael Douglas, who I liked all the same. Michelle Pfeiffer was quite good. Catherine Newton was alright. I mean, I didn't hate her. I thought she was fine. Okay, let's talk about MODOK because I thought I would hate the look. Surprisingly enough, I thought it wasn't that terrible. Wasn't MODOK from the comics, but it wasn't offensively awful. Now with Darren Cross, it was cool to see him back. I think for the story, it worked. Definitely not a good MODOK adaptation, similar to how Taskmaster and Black Widow wasn't a good Taskmaster adaptation. Wasn't terrible though. Seeing MODOK's power set was cool, but by the end, it just completely fell apart into parody. It was so stupid. Cassie talks to MODOK, and all of a sudden, MODOK just changes his heart and he's a good guy now, and then when he dies he tells Scott that he was like a brother to him and he was an Avenger, and it was so stupid. It was so badly written. There is some legit bad dialogue in this movie. Cringe. Totally fell off the rails by the end. But the main problem, and the critics were totally right about this, I understand that Rotten Tomatoes score 100% now. The problem is Jeff Loveness, and I like him as writer on Rick and Morty. I like Rick and Morty. You can definitely see the cool inspiration here aesthetically, but his writing, man, I walked out of the theater confused and conflicted, which I haven't been by a film in a long time. I wanted to love this movie, but there are just so many questionable bad decisions and choices made in this film that I was baffled. I really was. Like the ending, for instance, it was so weird tonally because Scott is thinking about, did he really kill Kang? Is he gonna come back? And then the movie just ends with him eating terrible cake and everything just being fine. Like, it was so out of place. It was so weird. But let's talk about those two post-credit scenes because they did get me hyped for the future. In the first one, we see Rama Tut and Immortus, the Council of Kangs, seemingly setting up Battle World for Secret Wars. That was so cool. And the second one, we see Loki and Mobius. This is setting up Loki Season 2. We see Victor Timely. He is a Kang descendant, and it really was exciting to end the film with that. So Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania was an okay, solid-ish start to Phase 5. Definitely a lot of issues with the film. We are getting more connectivity now, so I like that. But this film, man, I wanted to love it. I enjoyed it. I liked it. But it left me conflicted and confused, and it just made me feel weird. More of a piece of a puzzle than the end of an actual trilogy to this character. That's not good. That's not what a film trilogy is supposed to do. But anyway, tell me in the comments down below, what did you think about Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania? Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. That'll be all for me. Remember my catchphrase, guys. Stay super wise.